find you up here. You mind having some company? Thank you. Yeah. It didn't come with the staircase up to the roof. But, I like looking at the stars sometimes. I built one so I'd have a way to get up here without having to, climb or something. I like doing stuff the human way, where I can. Can we talk? You know what I mean, darling. I'm not really talking about the summit. Not specifically, anyway. Unless, of course, you want to talk about that. But you seemed okay with how most of that landed, to be honest. I wanted to talk about what that night got us both thinking about. 'Cause it's a thing that we've both been thinking about every now and then, ever since you and I started. It's a thing that we've both done a pretty good job of putting to the back burner most of the time. But if you're willing, I think it's something we should give talking about a try. Forever. Version of forever that these scars on my neck gave me, if I want it. The version you could have if you want it. Can we talk about it? I'm not expecting you to have an answer to this question, because it's a hell of a question, so if you don't know yet, you certainly don't have to. But I'd just as soon float it out there, in case you do. Would you want to be a vampire? That's the easy answer. The place my mind went to first would be to say it's complicated. And on some levels, I suppose it is. I can put least this much of it. Simply, I'm glad I'm alive right now. I'm glad I lived long enough to meet you. I'm glad I lived long enough to find some peace within myself, because I never really managed to reach that while I was still human. I feel good day to day, for the most part. And I'm glad I was able to get there. But I can put this much of it simply to more than I have ever wished for anything in the whole damn run of my life, that I could have had the chance to find that peace without being turned. I wish I had had the chance to try to save myself after that accident. Whether I was right or wrong about being able to pull it off. I didn't want this. I didn't want to never feel the warmth of sunlight on my skin again. I didn't want a body that doesn't feel like it's really mine. It still doesn't. Even after all these years, not really. Yeah, I didn't want to have my magic. The one thing that made all the pain of growing up feel like it was worth it, because it meant I could help other people. I could heal people. I could save people who were trapped in the kind of life I'd had. The way a healer had saved me. I didn't want to have that ripped out of me, to be given this pathetic, watered down version of it in its place. To have all the knowledge, all the skills of how to fix things, but to have a core that couldn't do it. I lost a part of myself. A part that I can't get back. I didn't want forever. And I'm a healer. I know how it sounds to squander something like that, because there are so many people who want any more time that they can get, even just one more day. I know that. I understand being in a place where you would trade anything for the thought of forever, and for me to have it and say that it feels like a curse is a slap in the face to those people who do want it. I get that. And I know it sounds ungrateful. But I didn't want it. I just wanted a normal life. However long or short that was. I want a life spent with you. I don't want to squander a second of it. I want years and years with you. If you want to be a vampire, then there could be more of those years than if you don't. But you should know that whatever your choice is, I'm not gonna live forever. I made that decision a long time ago, and I still believe in it. I don't see that ever changing. Most vampires pull away from all non-vamps the older they get, because it hurts too much to keep losing people over and over and over again. Family, friends. You can't turn everyone. You can't bring everyone with you. Most of us don't even get to bring anyone. When I turned and William freed me from Alexis, he took me to the old ruins of Wonderworld out on the edge of town so we could talk alone. He told me that being turned doesn't save your life. It gives you a new one. And it destroys the old one in the process. You lose your friends. You lose your family. You lose your powers. You lose the body you knew. You lose the eyes you've seen in the mirror your whole life. You lose the sun. You lose the future you'd planned. And you start over. But the problem is you don't really start over. Because you remember all those things. All the things and the people that you lost. Forever has a price. I can't decide for anyone else if that price is worth it. For some people it is. For some people it isn't. But if you were asking me, honestly, if it's a price I'd pay again, if the choice had been mine, the answer is no. If you want this, then I want you to have it. We'll make it happen. and I will be by your side. But this isn't a decision to make in a snap judgment, because you can't take it back. Give yourself time to think about it, to really think about it. If you do end up wanting to be turned, it's not something that has to happen right now. Spend some time in your wolf form while you think about it. Because if you turn, you'll never shift again. That part of you will be gone. Spend some time with the pack. Because you know. I love you, darling. More than anything in this godforsaken world. I want you to be happy. I want to be with you. I want a life together. But that life can take a lot of different forms. Don't fall into the trap of thinking there's only one right way of doing this. We'll do whatever is the best version for us. And I'll support you in whatever decision you make. Can I hold you? Thank you. Brown. My eyes were brown.